Hi guys, welcome back to JKT Gaming. I'm your hostess, the mostest, Muffa or Bun. And we're back with the advent calendar. I'm going insane. What are we building? What are we building? What's killing me? No. Ah, fuck. Well, this is the Little Lord's Manor. I guess would be like a little, I put it as a little lord, like our little duke or something. It's also probably one of the biggest things on that wheel, is the concerning part. Like, the wall's pretty big, the roads are pretty big, but what do we got for things? Basalt. Basalt's doable. Basalt's a nice block. We can work with basalt. As long as we have something with stairs in these 3 blocks. Mahogany, or Mangrove for normal people. That has stairs. We can work with that. Gray and red. Fantastic. We can work with that. What's the 3rd block? What is it? No. Well, that's going to make things difficult. Well, so I did say I was going to cut this road off. I guess we're definitely cutting this road off now. My original idea for this is I wanted to have like an entryway with a big staircase going up to the 2nd floor. I don't want to make it 3 floors. I want 2 floors that are really tall. So I want our entryway, which goes off to the left or right to 2 separate wings. And we're gonna make the floor obsidian because I don't know what else to do with it. I'm not building the thing out of obsidian. That would look terrible. So, plan is we're going to make the roof and ceiling out of mangrove. We're gonna make the walls of the castle out of basalt with our different degrees of basalt. And also, obviously, stairs going up and down. And the main flooring is going to be obsidian. So first off, I'm going to build like a vague outline of what I want, which I said I did want the entryway, big staircase, which veers off into 2 separate wings. So, we're doing that. I feel like this isn't going to be symmetrical. Because this build's huge, because I want the wings. We're going to have a little library, the Lord's room, the Lord's study, a guest wing, a dining hall, a kitchen. I want to put a yard. I want to put maybe a little tiny stable for the horses. Maybe a kennel even. I want this to be huge. And logically, having the manor really close to the center of town makes sense. Oh my god, the obsidian hurts my eyes. Having the manor so close to town center does make sense, because if you go back in history, towns are built up around 2 things. You have your water source, which is Minecraft, you don't need water, and the main building, which would be either a city hall, a manor, castle, whatever. Logically, having this close to the center of town does make sense. But with the manor being here, it also does mean 2 things. So there are 3 things on that wheel I can roll that will make me stop building in that direction. And that is the manor, the gate, and the wall. So wherever that ends up being rolled, that's going to be one of our gates, and the other main gate will be our straightaway past the market and houses. And that's going to stop me building in that direction as well. And the rail station. When those 3 things are rolled, I will stop building in that direction, and it's just going to make our town have a little bit of a weird feel, but also make it look like I'm not just circling it over and over and over again. So, wherever the back of this ends up being is going to be the back of our build. So we've got the vague shape of the left wing. I don't even remember what direction that is. I think that's the north wing, because I think behind where we're facing is the sunset. Well, no, the sunset's behind me. I think. But I don't remember. I don't know. I didn't actually ever pay attention to the setting sun. I just look down as soon as it gets dark enough that I can't see. I would just hit time set day. Yeah, so I got our left wing. We've got part of the build of the right wing. As you can see, they're a little bit mismatched. Not symmetrical. The right wing actually even comes forward a bit. And I'm playing with the obsidian because I forgot how leveling works. Because I put it one too high, and I don't notice until way later that the other side is also one too high. And that's a mini problem. Alright. So, we're gonna go to this side first, left wing. We're going to have the guest rooms. Visiting royalty, people of wealth or fame or something get to stay in the rooms up here. And I'm going to have 3 rooms with a staircase at the end. And so, to break it up a little, and also it looks weird but also not weird enough for me to be bothered. If it's an interior wall where both sides are on the interior, I'm using a different kind of basalt. It's smooth basalt on the outside, the ones you see around amethyst geodes. And I think it's inside's normal basalt, and then the corners are polished basalt. If I recall correctly. But basalt's also such a weird enough block that I don't fully remember all of the names. I just go, oh, look at that pretty basalt block. It's under the basalt. Now, building this is weird. I'm going to mimic all these rooms. They're going to be identical, just flipped left, right, left, right. So we're going to start by a window. If we have a window, we can judge where we're going. Carpet. I am doing these all in purple. I might come back and change them later. Because I also don't know what color at this point I want the manor to be. Like, I don't know the color scheme of the Little Lord. I have no thought on that yet. Beyond, why did I roll this early? Literally a week in. So we're doing a little walk-in closet. These are rich people. They want walk-in closets. They want to be able to pick their clothes, even if they're only visiting. So we've got 3 sets of chests in there, and my favorite clothesline end rods. I do love them. They do light it up still. It's fantastic. So we've got a desk. Gotta have the desk. I know we could bring the Mangrove in here, but I feel like having a lot of dark wood furniture is nice. It's usually considered a quote-unquote richer furniture. Depending on your location, obviously. And also, when I read about medieval stuff, you usually hear of a chest of drawers. A chest of drawers at the bottom of the bed. So I've raised the bed on some crying obsidian. I've put a bunch of trapdoors around it to make it look like an actual physical raising chest, but it's just barrels inside. Could have put a normal chest at the side against it. And I just copied this thing 4 times over. It made it easier. You don't need to see all that. You don't need to see me sitting here for like 30 minutes building these exact identical rooms, just flipping them back and forth. And as I said, the roof is Mangrove. We are doing a top slab, so when you do look inside, the rooms are taller than they seem. Just because of that, and then I tried to use the fill command and realized they only do bottom slabs. Am I annoyed? Yes. Yes, I am. Bring up the wall so I know when not to use my slabs. Because I can't build through them and it's a bitch. But yeah, especially in that third room, you can really see the contrast of an exterior wall versus our interior wall. And we will put lights in here, don't worry, don't worry. I haven't forgotten lighting. You can see some skeletons and such on the bottom floor that we haven't touched yet, just spawning in. I hate them. And I'll be dealing with them in a minute. And they're really only spawning because there's no light. Can't do anything about it. Why do I have 6 messages on Discord? We haven't gotten there. We'll get there in a minute. Yeah, we got our ceiling. Let's put the wall up. Maybe we'll put the wall up. Oh no. Light first. Light before I forget. Alright. So, we've got our light in there. Now we're gonna continue, because it is our actual the wood block we're supposed to be using, and we just really love using it for some reason. Usually this is me in dark oak, because I'll just always revert to dark oak. But lately it has been mangrove. It's just got that nice mahogany red. Alright, we got our guest rooms. And we're bringing back the frog lights in the ceiling, just to keep things from spawning on the roof. And then, as I said, staircase at the end. We'll build that in. Because you don't want... We need more than one staircase. That's just annoying if you only have one staircase. So we got 2. So far. Alright. Let's go down to the first floor. Come on, me. Let's go. Oh no, I'm throwing lights down first. There we go. First floor. This is going to be our dining hall. Now, originally, we could have gone with a nice dark oak table. And I don't know why I chose quartz. I thought it was rich and fancy. And it was a great contrast because everything in here is so goddamn dark. Like, Mangrove's a pretty dark block. Basalt's gray. Obsidian is purpley black. It's a very dark building. And I managed to count that out without actually counting out to have the perfect amount of seats. Because I do love putting signs on the sides of seats. It's a favorite of mine. It gives them arms. There are other ways to do that now, but I still think this is probably one of my favorites. It's old. And we did go with red windows. So I'm just continuing that, and if I want to change the color later, I can just change the color of everything. Does it kind of look like the old Flight of England? Yeah. Yeah, it does. Did I mean for that to happen? No. No, I did not. Alright. Taking this out, we want a big-ass window here. Continuing the red theme. Man, the Little Orm's castle is already looking pretty goddamn evil. Originally, I was picturing him as this very young, cheerful little lord who is quite rich, because this is the starting town. Everyone's been here, everyone comes here. And that's our wall for our kitchen. And then because this room's just too big, I've also cut this off to have a hallway, so we have nice entryways to come into the dining hall. Do I notice this is too high still? No. No, I do not. Yeah. So. I'm not quite sure what to do. I'm kind of running around trying to figure out what to place. We are going to do the roof though. We are going to completely change the style of the roofing I did upstairs. It was just slabs, and I put an extra slab down to put the lantern on. What I do down here, and then I continue throughout the rest of the castle, is I bring strips of stripped mahogany log and place them as beams in the ceiling and hang the lanterns off there. It just ends up looking a lot nicer. We might fix the upstairs rooms. We might just leave that as like a weird addition to the building. But like maybe this was added far later in the rest of the building. Even though it doesn't look it. But we can make it do. We can make do. There we go. And here's our lovely stripped mahogany. I'm just kind of spacing them out. So we want the thing to be even. We want it all to be lit. So I want to get rid of those frog lights. They're just kind of chilling there. I did put some in the center. That table does have frog lights underneath the tablecloth carpet. And also, I apologize in advance. My horrible, horrible cough has cold into a horrible, horrible cold. With sneezing and runny nose. Alright. So, I see this in catering halls. There's always these weird side tables where you put food on. We don't see it so much in banquet halls when you're being served. But I still thought this was cute. And then we got our pot dead bush leaf. To keep with our mahogany theme, I do keep the mahogany leaves. They are very nice. They're not flowered or anything, but they fit way better. And we got one weird set of doors. That's going to be our kitchen doors. Which leads off to the kitchen. And I'm putting all these side tables here have tablecloth on them. Just to make them pretty. Oh wait, I don't know what to do with it. So we're going to finish this wall off. And we're going to fill it in. There we go. And we gotta put a window in. Where's my window? There we go. Nice little window. Boop, 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 boop. Alright, next the kitchen. Let's get over here. It's a very tiny kitchen. In Minecraft, you don't need a lot to make a working kitchen. And I figured you'll do with what we do. I was tempted to expand out the back wall beside the stairs to just, you know, have that big fire pit smoker. Instead, I just put these little smokers. We do have the modern age. We understand what we're doing. And I'm going to change this little area under the stairs into a big refrigerator. I put blue ice in there and then a bunch of chests to keep cool food, quote unquote, cold. I also threw, I think, a melon block in there for comedy's sake. So that's essentially our giant refrigerator. Alright, so we need probably some sinks, another table. There's our sinks. Gotta have lever sinks. And I've changed our one back table to one big long table. Because this room's not quite wide enough to do an island. Bring in the ceiling. And then bring in the stripped logs. I do switch directions room to room randomly, just for whatever works better in the room. This one, as you see in the back, I put glowberry hanging because it reminds me of like hanging herbs you would see from rafters. I was tempted to put roots in as well, but I decided against it. They didn't look nice in my hand. We got some shelving, pumpkin, melon blocks, seaweed. Oh, I'm sorry, kelp. All edible food sources. Brewing stands for drinks. We're just gonna put the wall in. Bye, wall. And then we got the doors, because I want a little garden here as well. Probably a garden, maybe a fenced-in cow. Maybe some chickens, so that the little lord can have fresh milk and eggs and such. Alright, the other wing. So the way we're going to do this, there's not a staircase on this side. Just because it's a much smaller wing. You're right there by the entrance. We're going to put the bottom floor as like a den, a lounge, a small entertaining area connected to a library. Very tiny, not anything like the one you see in the background. Just a few shelves. And then I also decided, because we're doing a den, to add a fireplace. I made it out of basalt, changed my mind. I was gonna put quartz, realized that wouldn't work, and then swapped over to diorite because it does look like a slightly dirty quartz. And it's gonna be a little bit soot stained from the fire. Makes sense. Right? Right, that makes sense. But I do bring the quartz back anyway. I've got a table and I'm like, no, I don't like that table. Change my mind. Change it to some nice couches. We've got our arms again. We'll probably bring back the pot. Carpet. See, look, nice sitting area. Look at that. And then we'll put some chairs down by the fireplace itself. I'm looking for a block to use as like the weird tools you see beside the fireplace to stoke it. And I sadly liked the anchor the best. Am I going to regret that decision when someone clicks it or I click it by accident? Yes. Yes, I am. Alright, so here's our few shelves. These are going to be a lot less uniform than our library. And we are going to put the empty bookshelves in. I did throw a frog light in that corner as well, just so things can't spawn. We don't want things spawning in here. I have to go back around all the castle because those corners are a lot of empty blocks. There's also an enchanting table in the corner. So there we go, we've got our empty bookshelves, which are fantastic, by the way. Just kind of throwing them wherever. And I'm also using the old looms that we all used to use to make it look like empty bookshelves, because it just works. Here's a trick I learned a long time ago from a friend. Just put some slabs, stairs, and extra bookshelves randomly on the top of things. It looks chaotic. It looks random. And then it makes the bookshelves feel a lot more lived in. I do love sea pickles. Amethyst is great, especially since we're in a giant geode house, essentially. I wish I got amethyst for this instead of obsidian. Oh, that would have been so good. Amethyst is going to be a really hard block to build with as well. And then I realized, well, I built this too high. I thought I didn't. And I did. I was correct. I did have the right height originally. It's just I put the obsidian one too low on the other side for my marker. One too low. I messed up a little bit. That's on me. That's my bad. There we go. So I do have to come back and fix those bookshelves again, and we have to add the mangrove. There we go. Just clean up the walls, clean up the bookshelf. Not the bookshelf, the fireplace. We're getting there. Because this is such a big build. Do I regret it? No. Have we even touched the outside? No. No, we have not. That's gonna take forever. Sorry. Alright. So we don't carry these strips all the way through because with the lanterns on top of the bookshelves, it actually does light this area up well enough, and I do come back and fill in some of the empty spaces. Since I had to cut them off. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're okay. I am checking really quickly for light levels. We can't have things randomly spawning. How dare we? Also, I threw a cobweb in the corner because I thought it was funny. Servants always forget to clear that corner. Make an entryway. We don't want things to be too wide for people to walk through. And we'll put our wall back. Go whoop. Excellent. Alright, up here. This is both the study and the bedroom. That's gonna be fantastic. So we're gonna have it so that you have to walk up the main staircase and to the side. You'll go through the study, and the study will connect to the bedroom. So I'm trying to fix the corner here because with that fireplace addition, the wall here is a little wonky. And then I try to match to the floor over there and realize we're too low. I made a mistake. My bookshelves were correct. And I just did everything too low. So I just kind of raised the obsidian. I didn't want to go back downstairs and fix it. That's just an extra thick floor. It's fine. It's fine. And I did line it up with the pathway behind us. Alright, so we got our study and our doorway. Most of the time when I pick doorways, I just kind of put a hole somewhere and I'll be like, I'll change that later, and I never do. And that just becomes the permanent doorway. Goddamn rain. How dare you? Did I walk away to make double count my floors? Yes, I did. Is it still wrong? Yeah, probably. I want these windows to be big. I want him to have a lot of natural light. Because this is the study, obviously. And that big area in front of us, between us and the library, that is going to be yard. For the little manor. Little manor. Anyway, alright. So let's get this man a desk. And a computer. We live in the modern age. He has to play Minecraft too. I've decided that observers are my new favorite computer monitor. I don't know why. Probably because I feel like it stares at me like my actual computer does. It's great. I'm sorry, cat. I know you're sick too. I got my cat sick. She's been sneezing the whole time as well. And then I did realize I messed up. I used normal quartz for a while. It's supposed to be smooth quartz the whole way through. And then we're continuing. We like our pots and dead bush with leaves. We're making them a bit taller because mangrove is a very tall plant. And I've realized how dark and sinister and evil this castle is turning into. So I've also been throwing Skulk into the study. Like, this man has been studying some shit he probably shouldn't be. Which, yeah, he probably has been. He's not evil, he's just doesn't know what he's doing. Messing with things he shouldn't be. So I did put this new Skulk thing down and then realized that was a bad idea. It's a redstone signal that's opening my trapdoor. Can't have that. Alright, wall 2. Put some shelves up. Put some more Skulk things. We're getting my decision immediately. I don't like it. So I do try to bring in Podzol with some nice little planter boxes. I love the portholes of the mangrove trapdoors, but I also hate them. Because I wanted to use Podzol. If it was moss, I wouldn't mind. But the dirt through the holes, I don't like. A lot of me are arguing with myself over this. Because I've now fully just accepted the red vibes. I'm using a lot of roses, a lot of mushrooms, a lot of poppies, a lot of red flowers. I've accepted the red. We're here for it. We're vibing to it. Alright. And yeah, instead of typing in, I do just walk away and just get these pieces that I need. Alright. Let's close this off and light this shit up. Come on. I think there's like 4 lanterns in there, which is more than enough to keep that lit. It's fine. Alright. Now for the main bedroom. The master bedroom. Oh, I forgot to cut that out, obviously. Me staring at the wall. Alright. So we've got our little diorama box. I played with a loom for a bit and I decided I can't do the looms. I can't be bothered. I think I was standing there for like an hour and a half trying to play with those and I gave up. So I brought back the raised beds with the weird chest barrel thing. But I also gave him like a little step ladder. I did name him the literal lord. I imagine him being very short and I think that's adorable. So this man's going to have a large area. But I don't know what to do in a bedroom, so I've got a nice little loungy couch. I decided to go for a slab table, because that's just a nice little coffee table size. I do change it later because I realize I forgot I can't put things on slabs. And I do big ass windows. I did want to do a balcony at first, and then I decided that was way too much effort. And I was very tired at this point. So we've got I'm gonna do a walk-in closet like I did for the guest rooms, but as you see, a lot bigger. This thing's a huge task. The doors in. Make sure the doors are actually gonna line up with where the trap doors are. There we go. Close it all. And bring in our lovely little pillars. Line it with chests. Line the walls with chests. And yeah, we've got stairs for them to stand on for the second shelf. Close that off on that side. Close this side, and put more chest walls. And you guys probably saw me do this in the modern building as well with the stair chest, because it looks like it's sitting on a shelf and it does not impede the chest from opening, which is a problem with full blocks. Alright, so we've got our bed, we've got a lounge area, we've got a walk-in closet, and now we just gotta figure out what the hell we're doing over here. Whole lot of craziness. We need our cauldron, so he's got a sink in here, wash his face in the morning. That's a common medieval thing. You know, we don't have toilets. Bring back the trees. I do want him to have the jukebox though. I like the idea of him having a jukebox in here. Change the carpet out. There's just this big open area still, and I don't know what to do with it. I really don't know what to do with it. Ideas. There we go. Here's me bringing in the table, realizing to put stuff on this, I need it to be a full block. And I decide to leave that open area. I give up. I'm just gonna bring in my little mangrove. I did match this one with the other room. I got my lanterns in. There's only 3. The closet is entirely lit up by the end rods. It's completely fine. That's why end rods are magic. Also, trapdoors do little bit of light through anyway. It's fine. Bring the frog lights. Stop things from spawning my roof. Alright, the entryway. My wall. Where my wall at? Bring the wall. Excellent. Continue the obsidian. And this is where I realized I messed up on the floor over there. For me, this was like, what, maybe, what, 10 minutes for you guys? 20 minutes? This was 3 hours ago for me. And I was not having it. It was bedtime. I needed to go to sleep. I did also keep those pumpkins at the side, which I think is really funny. Right, so I lit up the hallway down there, the one that enters the dining area. And I'm gonna fix this little area after I put doors in, because I forgot doors exist again. I do like the idea of balconies. And then I'm gonna put nice little red touches. I haven't changed this side out. I left one side obsidian and one side mangrove because I wasn't sure which one I liked better. It's like, do I want to keep the stairs there or do I want to keep obsidian there? And I think the stairs, looking at it now, do look way nicer. It just helps. But yeah, you guys really thought I was gonna do this giant ass build in one day? Fuck no. I'm not doing it in one day. This is day 8 and 9. Because it's one of the biggest builds in the map. We didn't even do the outside yet. We haven't even finished the inside. And we're already like half an hour in. So, tomorrow will be the Manor part 2 for day 9. We'll see the entry hall and the entire exterior. Until then, we'll see you next time. And bye-bye!